Welcome to Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Title Town, some call it, a moniker that many claim, but this city lives thanks to the Alabama Crimson Tide. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the LSU Tigers, taking on the winners of 7 straight, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. LSU ready to kick it away to get things started. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So Alabama's offense will get the first crack at it here. When these two teams square off against each other, they know the legacies they carry, and that'll be evident in this one, guys.
Alabama-LSU is one of my favorite games each and every year because this is one of the fastest games you'll see all season. There is so much NFL first-round talent on the field every time these two teams play.
Year after year, we could go back and name so many names, but you're right. The draft is going to call them. The stakes are always high. The conference always on the line. These two teams, you know, are always squarely in the mix.
Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon.
Neutral zone infraction.
So the offense accepts the penalty, and they'll get a little farther away from their own end zone. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Still looking on the move. And he gets down on the slide, and that's not the only thing down. There's a penalty marker on the field. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Oh, he had him right down the middle, and it just squirted right through his fingers, and they miss an opportunity for a nice play on first down. Now adjusting. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Seems like when these two get together, it's always a slugfest, and Alabama won a close one last season.
Yeah, it was Alabama that finished out the 12th round. That slugfest, too. It usually seems like the team that lands the last big haymaker wins, and that was the Tide last time.
Well, I think that's why it's so important getting out the gates early. Both these teams know each other, don't like each other. Get out the gate strong.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield.
And that is how you silence this raucous crowd. Defensively on the road. First drive of the game, setting the tone, getting a huge sack on 3rd down.
Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Gets his first one of the day off. He was called on 4 times in last week's win. Take the return out of the equation in this rainy weather. Fair catch is signaled for and made. The Tigers offense will try to get something started with their first possession. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play well. They immediately pointed to these guys right here. They are the key for their respective teams.
Yeah, and they don't always show up in the box score, but these are the guys that are the leaders. These are the guys getting everybody organized and have to play well for their team to succeed.
Whew, boy, this freshman quarterback has a hose. Did he zing that thing in there? Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the big fella. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Offense gets set for second down. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. They've got the screen set up. They play that screen nicely. He tried to find his way to the marker, but it'll be fourth down. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. Offense getting set for first down. The give to the lone running back. On the move at the 30. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Nice job getting outside, right? Those running backs, they get on those tracks, they run outside. Now they're in the open field. It's so tough. Those safeties are flying down, try to get an angle, but you could tell the speed sets them up, makes the big play out to the left.
They're going to go right back to him on first down. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1. Went to the running game on first down. Now here they come again. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down. Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. They'll give it to the back. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Running behind that left side. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Quickly complete. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. A new set of downs after the completion. He'll come out throwing on first down. Fires to the tight end. They've really performed at an elite level in conference play, and that'll build your confidence as we continue through this SEC season.
This was a team that was really motivated in the offseason coming into this one, and they knew the challenge ahead of them, but they also know how talented they are. And, David, they're putting that on display each and every week here in SEC play.
And let's pump the brakes, because if they're happy with what they've done so far, they're going to have some losses. Like, this is a tough league. The SEC is not easy to navigate. They're going to have to continue to grow and get better, but it's a heck of a start.
He's looking for an open man on second down. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion? That last play, not what they had in mind, and they've got a long way to go to get it close to the goal line to pick up a first down. On third down, he drops to throw. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. Splits the uprights, it's good. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Wisconsin delivered the knockout blow, and I think the defense was the story here. J.J. Watt may be the standard, but it looks like there's another stud edge rusher there in Madison. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings, and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Handoff from the gun. Weaves his way ahead and gets 5 out to the 18-yard line. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. Makes the grab over the middle. And a good pickup there. They'll move the sticks for a first down. Let's see if they try to get another snap before the quarter expires. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Heading Swing in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. Now on first down from the 43-yard line. Use the play fake, now to throw. Looking to the big tight end. He's open on the right. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
It's a really nice play there. The thing about this guy, he forces the defense to have to stay disciplined. You just can't take a play on. He reminds me of an old LSU quarterback that I used to play against, Herb Tyler. He was a guy that could hurt you throwing the ball, but he was also shifty and he could extend plays. We had a great defense at Florida, full of NFL dudes, but he just never let you feel comfortable because of his athleticism and his dynamic ability. This guy has a little bit of that too.
That last completion sets him up on second down. Right back to the well. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. He's back to throw on second down. Pressure coming. And the quarterback is snowed under.
Really nice play. When you talk about Alabama and their dominance on defense, especially in recent years, it all starts up front. You have to have disruptors playing on the defensive line, guys that can be versatile and line up at different positions, but create havoc in the backfield, and that's what this guy has been able to do throughout his career.
On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Knocked down after a pickup of 3 to the 12. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. The give to the back. Punches ahead, they'll give him a yard to the 13. This is the type of play that can give the offense momentum. 3rd and short from inside the 20. It's a draw. And the defense knew exactly where that first down line was, and they stopped him short. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fields the punt and tries to find an opening. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this is a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for in a position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. 4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Wanted to make sure not to give them a chance for a return as it goes out of bounds. The offense basically has the whole field in front of them, backed up close to their own end zone. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. Win with the running game on first down, now back at it. They'll go to the ground. Slams into the pile. He'll get 1 to the 17. Now facing 3rd and short from their own 17. They'll try to power their way ahead. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They go to the ground. Gets it out to the 25-yard line, a gain of 3. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. Looking for that first down on 3rd and short from the 28. Looking to throw for it. They're bringing heat. They're working that left side. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. And it's an incomplete pass over the middle. Now 2nd and 10. The inside handoff. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Power football with the run. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. A 1st down for the offense. He wants to throw. Unleashes one. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Quarterback empties his backfield. Right back up top on 2nd and 10. This one's complete. They'll get the 1st down. It's spotted on the 49. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense. Going up top on 1st down. Got him downfield. And that is good versatility there, and a big hit from the backer in pass coverage. Picked up some yardage with that completion. Now 2nd down. Oh, so close to paying off. The tip really had it in his hands, but it falls incomplete. They'll snap it from the gun on 3rd down. He tosses one high and deep down the left side.
And you knew he was going to take a step back because you can't throw the ball for over 80% in the season. Like, that's ridiculous. Last week he was on fire, but this week, man, he's freezing cold. And he's got to find something to get this offense going. But right now, just off target. Somebody needs to step up, make a play, and maybe get a spark for this offense.
They're going to throw it to start the drive. Quickly out to the tight end. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. And now on 2nd down for this offense. That's going to wrap up the 1st half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, what an environment there today. All the animosity and flat-out hatred that comes with a good old-fashioned rivalry game on display in that 1st half. And it's been said football is a game of inches. And guess what? Based on the comparison between 3rd down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen and panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They'll start the 3rd quarter with the run. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, just feels like they just haven't been as physical. And for this offensive coordinator, David, he's having to go deep into the playbook just to try to generate a first down.
Well, and the good thing is there's not a ton of game pressure because the other side's not scoring either. But if you can find that one thing get that one positive play, and then maybe you get those juices going and something can start to build.
Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line. They'll try to bully their way for the first. And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Catches it at the 15. He's able to pick his way for just a bit, but he'll be stopped at the 18. Good job by the punt team. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. He'll be stopped just short of the 20 at the 19. Give him 1. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there. Got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. Defense a little too eager. That's an encroachment penalty. 5 yards for the offense. He'll do it himself. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give to the single back. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. Got a little work done on first down, now back to the line. The play action fake. Throws to the wideout. Finds a man on the right. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. New set of downs after that completion. Looking to go up top on first down. And the DB making a huge play, knocking it away downfield. Let's see which way they go after the incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the 39. The short hands, it's House. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. They're looking at a 3rd down and short from the 33. The aerial assault continues. Get it out on the screen. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. The Tide trying to pay off this red zone trip. Wide receiver now comes in motion. They'll throw it from the red zone. He caught it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bama! Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the second half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. USC found a way to rescue victory from the jaws of defeat, something this program has done time and time again inside the Coliseum. Fight on, and the men of Troy will do just that. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way, but I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. We'll see if they can dial up one that works this time on second down from the 14. The pull and throw off the RPO. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Just a short pass to the tight end. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Fair catch is called for in the midst of all this rain. Concentrate on one thing. Make the catch. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball. Offense in an empty set. Dialing up a second down pass play. Spits it out to the back. He's got his man. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. On third and long, try to convert through the air. He'll try to do it himself. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. Alabama quickly back to the line.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
He's piled up 82 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing. Going to run it. It's Mayo. They make the stop, but this running game moves the chains as they get the first down. Inside a minute to go here in the third. The lone back's got it. Fights through the pile and picks up a couple down to the 16. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. They'll go right back to the run. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. 7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. He'll pull it on the read. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. And now on fourth down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. He got it. And that lead grows even bigger. After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Out of the gun, the running back has it. He'll be stopped just short of the 20 at the 19. Give him 1. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Quick strike complete. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll keep it himself. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9. Kept it on the ground on first down. Now back to the line. On second down, wants to throw it. It's complete on the right side. Makes a grab, and he's dragged down. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Wide open downfield. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line. The Tigers will hustle to the line.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. Yeah, they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
Can hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity Quarterback tried to scramble around for a while, but the defense able to bring him down.
And the defense loves being in this type of situation, right? You've got a big lead. It's in the fourth quarter. You know the opponent's going to be throwing the football, so you get your best pass rushers coming off the edge, using that speed, dipping and ripping, getting to the quarterback for another big play.
7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He's going to take off. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. And they'll just down it right there. Here comes that Alabama offense. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here on the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
Not much movement there. It's a gain of 1, gets him out to the 5. And guys, they're not going to give up on picking up the first down, but they also need some breathing room for the punter. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. Fair catch is called for in the midst of all this rain. Just concentrate on one thing, making the catch. They'll start this drive with a pass. He'll pull it down and run. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. On 2nd down, just keeps firing. He finds his man. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't make the play on the interception, and man, they were looking for their first pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the grab well past the sticks. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect 4th down call there. Off the RPO, complete.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too, but don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
They'll try the left side. And the defense had his hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the first down. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. Movement here from the tight end. They want that clock to run. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. From the gun, the running back has it. It's that hole for 4 and gets it out to the 16. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Complete to the left. Really nice job to get it past the sticks, pick up the first down at the 30. Here's the handoff. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They'll leave it with him. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Looking for a productive play on first down. Trying to start the drive with a pass. They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Feeling some heat. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. Fires to the wideout. He's got him, and they convert. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. They'll throw it on first down. He's got the back in the middle. Knocked down immediately, but a nice pickup on that one. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. Second down coming. He's looking to throw. Turns it loose deep. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down. Trying to pick up a first down. From the gun on third down. Makes the catch. It's Hunt. Finds a crease at the 20. Give him 6 and give them a chance with the late touchdown still alive in this one.
If we had any chance to make this happen, we had to score with a little bit of time on the clock. Now we need a miracle. Now we need to kick the onside, get an onside kick, and somehow, some way, make a big play.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. UCLA dug down deep and found a way to secure a coveted road win. And who knows how the pundits will view this one, but I tell you this, it sure beats trying to explain a bad loss. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams, but boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. No matter how much college football changes, realignment, all of that kind of stuff, rivalries are consistent, and winning rivalry games, well, that's just the best.
Because they hate each other so much. So you take the field against your rival, and you're able to put forth a performance like that. That is worth its weight in gold, David. Unbelievable effort here by the winning team, and bragging rights now for a while.
Bragging rights for a while. It's a fun thing to be able to accomplish. Now we also got to take in the next couple games, because this is always, there's a letdown that naturally happens after these big rivalry wins. We feel like our chest is poked out. We got to look on to the next game, focus in on this next one.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.